Welcome to another edition of Power Equipment TV, the home of Yanmar Marine Diesel Engines.
G'day, I'm Jeff Tickle, and my wife and I, Brenda, bought this boat in 2005.
Sanook is a Fairway 36 which was built on the Gold Coast in 1998. Jeff Tickle and his wife Brenda were looking for a boat that was economical to run, easily handled by just the two of them, and was capable of cruising the Queensland coast in safety and comfort.
When we bought this boat, it had a 225 horsepower non-Yanmar engine, and we used that for a few years to see that firstly the boat was what we wanted, that we could take through into our retirement, and we decided to repower the boat in 2009, and we selected a Yanmar 6-cylinder 6LP 315 horsepower engine. I'm retired now, but previously my career with power equipment spanned over 15 years, and all up with the Yanmar product 23 years.
With Jeff's background, there was never any doubt as to what brand of engine was going to be used. The repower was straightforward. The only major task was to modify the engine beds. The old engine was less powerful but considerably bigger and heavier than the new Yanmar 6LPA STP2. This allowed the Yanmar to be installed further aft, allowing more space between the front of the engine and the bulkhead. There was also more space either side of the Yanmar engine, which allowed for a reconfiguration of the engine room. There was now easy access all around the Yanmar for servicing. By the time the repower was finished, Jeff Tickle had a more accessible engine room with a 200 kilogram weight saving, but the real improvement was in the performance.
Now we can cruise at 15 knots with the Yanmar running at around 3,400 RPM. Maximum speed is just on 20 knots, but we never operate her at that speed. But at 9 knots, when we're trickling around towing the dinghy and not really in a hurry to go anywhere, the fuel burn is around about 11 litres per hour average, and at 15 knots, our average here in Moreton Bay comes up to around about 15 litres per hour.
With the Yanmar on board, the comfortable cruise speed offshore increased from 10 knots to 15 knots. This extra couple of knots hull speed typically reduces the travel time from anchorage to anchorage along the Queensland coast by 2 hours. If the weather turns, Sanook can outrun the approaching weather front and achieve a top speed of 20 knots. When Jeff retired in 2012, he and Brenda loaded up Sanook with full fuel tanks, water, spare anchoring equipment and all the essential gear for an extended trip north. During a 3-month journey, the Yanmar 6LPA STP2 used 2,200 litres of fuel while clocking up 100 engine hours, typically with a cruise speed of 12 to 15 knots. Over the journey, the fuel usage equates to 2.75 litres per nautical mile or 22 litres per hour, an amazingly economical return for a 10-tonne, 11-metre hull cruising at these speeds.
We've now had the Yanmar in this boat for 5 years, and we've done 670 odd hours with her. We've had a 3-month cruise north up onto the North Queensland coast, and it's just been trouble-free, and just the engine is so perfectly matched to this hull. It's just been a dream.
Yanmar diesel engines are exclusively distributed by Power Equipment in Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea and the South Pacific.